If I were to rank all of the vehicles for Adventure in Hill Climb Racing 2, Tractor would be solidly in the middle. Anyway, I've done Dune Buggy Mastery, and now Rally Car Mastery is coming up and I want to get it. However, both of those do cost a lot of coins. I have enough money to get Rally, but it's not by so much, and I wanted to play Adventure today, so I had to find a vehicle that I already had decently upgraded so I don't have to spend coins. I also wanted it to be enjoyable enough to play, and I also wanted something that doesn't have too many stars already. For my garage, I mean. And Tractor checks all of those boxes. A bonus is that the fuel tank is pretty long, and that's just nice to have. So I wanted to start out in Skyrock Outpost, and I have 0 Tractor stars over there. I think my goal is gonna be, just like for the, I don't know how near future, but I'm gonna try to get to top 10,000 in Adventure. Whatever Tractor's masteries are, like I know the shovel gets taken off, I hope there's overdrive or something like that. That would be helpful. Somehow I'm low fuel. I'm only at 2,200 meters. I think I should be able to get a lot further though. Another thing with Tractor Mastery, like I guess if there's overdrive, all mastery will help make a vehicle better, but I feel like there's some that it's really needed. In my opinion, like mono wheel is not desirable to play, but with the roll cage and mastery, it makes it so much better. But Tractor seems like a vehicle that's very playable without mastery. Like you can go quickly and stuff without it. Oh, bro. Unfortunately, the amount of times I can do this is kind of limited. I know I could do other stuff, but whatever. I think Savannah is another map that I haven't done Tractor on. Let's see. Yeah, I literally have not attempted it a single time. Also, my Savannah stars are sort of lacking, so another good reason to do it. I might just stick with Kenga. I almost want to go roll cage because I feel like I always die at 7,000 where that stuff is. You know, where the turtles hit you into the ceiling. Unlike Skyrock Outpost, though, I can try this more than once, so if I figure something is better, then I can change it. This is my second try, but in order to get the top 10,000 in Adventure, I think you need about 3.1 million stars. Of course, that changes over time as people get more, but I'm like halfway there, and assuming I just keep doing stuff, I think it's also doable because I have so many maps and vehicles that I haven't given full attempts to, or even if I don't do so well, like getting about like 8,000, whatever on maps is good. 5,000 meters in. Other than the one time I died, this has been easy. I think like, all right, I also haven't tried Bog. I'm sure it's going to be Kanga. Oh my God, my Bog stars are so low. I'm traumatized that my engine is not going to be upgraded because of what happened in the Dune Buggy video. Instead of Kanga, there are 2 other setups that seem possible. Fume Coin Wing or Winter Tires, Wings, and Magnet. I don't know which to do. I'm kind of a magnet glazer, so I'm going to start with this setup and see what I get. Also, I forgot, I think that Tractor's really good at breaking stuff. That could be nice on Bog. Also, when I change the shovel height and use Kanga, it's annoying. So not using Kanga could be good in that sense. On my last video, someone commented that I don't always use the best setups. And while that might be the case, I don't know what I'm doing, so I just follow setups that other people use and I listen to them. So it's not like I'm choosing random setups. Even if they're not always the most optimized, like there's some merit to them. Magnet and Wings seem to be going well. Oh, look at this shovel. That is so satisfying. But I can definitely see Winter Tires being unnecessary. Maybe they'll be better later on, or like maybe there were spots that would already be annoying and I just didn't notice it because Winter Tires were actually helpful. And those crocodiles that I just passed earlier when there's a huge line of them and there are a lot of them in a row, or even there, you kind of, I kind of went off in an awkward way, so I could see that being a problem as well. I want to try to avoid those guys. Magnet has definitely been nice so far. And just landing on the back wheel. You know, like, I forgot this is how Tractor works, but like, anytime you land on a hill, oh God. Dude, this is honestly why I like the shovel. That was the stupidest thing I've ever seen, and it didn't matter. I'm passing my Monster Truck record now. That's another vehicle that I kind of don't want to play, actually, in Adventure. Because it's not, maybe it's just because it's not so upgraded and I'm not used to it, but I feel like I want to wait until Mastery, because it doesn't climb hills so well and I want to have the cam. There's cam on Monster Truck, right? But that feeling could just be because I don't have it upgraded enough, so I might have to work on that. Oh, Rock Bouncer is not so good of a record here. That's another one that I'll have to come back to. I was thinking about the Adventure ranking, and you know how on teams you can sort it by garage power or by cup points? Why don't they have a ranking for Adventure points, for stars? First mud pit at 3,600. I'm going a little slow. Wings are good though. Second mud pit, actually, oh no. Okay. Would I have died there if I didn't have Winter Tires? I feel like it's possible. Can you die to these cans? Like if one of these cans hits me in the head because I go under it somehow, that would be devastating. Hopefully that isn't foreshadowing. Also, this could be a close call for fuel. It seems like this is going to be the closest call I've had. I don't think any of them have been low fuel yet. As long as I don't, well, I don't know. I kind of am going slow. Should I have just gone fast? I don't know what I'm doing. I'm dead. I'm curious about beach and desert valley. I don't know how easy or hard it'll be. I feel like my desert valley record is not so good. 5,200, it's not great. This is one of the few runs that I actually remember how I died. It was just a stupid thing. I can definitely pass it. But I was thinking about how I'm gonna get by the sand pits, and like with some of the earlier sand pits, like I just don't think this is gonna go well. I might do a strategy that I kind of never do and is probably worse, but not this one, because this is like a nothing one. But for some of the future ones, I might try to land on the log. I could have tried it on this just to like test and see what happens. But like, did you see how far I was from landing from one end to the other? It would just be ideal if I was going fast. Okay, like I also, oh wait, no, is this not one that I can do it at? Yeah, I'm cooked. All right, so when I get back here, I know I need to ride on the log. I have a really bad feeling about this, I'm gonna be honest. Wait, what if I wait here? No, the FOV is too bad. Okay, boom, and I'm fucked. Wait, this is where I died, right? Okay. Oh, kind of a close call, but this is chill. Okay, so that one wasn't actually that bad. I was just being dumb. But the logs that only have one string, that's going to be a problem, I think, because you kind of have to balance. So we'll see. Oh, it would be a problem if I died here. Beach, it's possible I've never done it. 1,300. All right, let's see what beach does. It seems like winter tires is actually kind of a common part using tractor. I think coin boost would be better here though. I looked at someone else's setup. Also, it recommends that I have the damage at 1. I have no idea why you would do that, but I'll just listen. Increase the amount of damage dealt to breakable objects. Maybe it has to do with the weight if it's lighter, if the damage is lower. I'm sure I'll be able to break my record and maybe even get to the cave or past that. But I don't see myself being able to get up the big hills. Also, I'm sad I don't have magnet anymore. I'm passing my record in a second. The coin boost seems pretty strong. I have no idea how I died there. This might be an ancient record that I played a year or more ago that I have no idea about. But yeah, I don't think the coin boost is bad, so maybe that's what would get you from hill to hill later on. One interaction that would be different. It doesn't really matter here. Or I guess it does, but I'm hitting those houses. And if the damage was at 20, maybe they would break and that would make it annoying. I have a lot of records to improve on beach. Oh, I just lagged and flipped. I'm not even making an excuse. Damn, my record's almost 20K. Let's check how many stars I have now. Just for fun, should I do city? It's gonna go so poorly. I kind of hope that... Does it even have thrusters? Oh, it doesn't. That's the thing about tractor. I'm really not used to how it moves. I wasn't even trying to die to make my point, but I die too often. Bro. My record on winter is only 800 meters, so I can get some stars here, I hope. Also, I like winter a lot. I'm thinking that I'll do better here just because it's a map that I like. I don't know if that actually is how it works. I just find tractor to kind of move around so randomly. Maybe it's just that I'm not used to how it works and I never play it, so that's why I'm not doing too well with it. But I really don't think winter should be so hard until we get to those hills after the second cave. I'm thinking I can get to 5,000 meters at least. Here's my record. Of course, very easy to pass. It was only 800 meters. This is bad. I was doing some very quick calculations before, and I think there are at least 500,000 stars, which I know sounds like a lot, but there are at least 500K that I can get pretty easily by basically just playing vehicles in maps that I haven't played them yet. Of course, that takes a lot of time, but it's nice to know, I guess, that I can at least climb pretty easily if I put in the time. I'm in the first cave now. It's going fine. I guess I kind of want to be careful here. Especially, I've learned that I can hit the pitchfork front thing and flip over really easily, so I'll be careful of that to not die for no reason. Also, there are some breakable... Oh, this is bad. Okay, shovel clutched for once. I know I said earlier in bog or whatever that it wasn't clutching, but... Anyway, I've made it through the first cave. There are some breakable structures, the snowballs or whatever, later on. I don't know if there are more. I guess the snowmen also, but in the second cave, I know there are those snowballs. So maybe the level 20 damage will be good there. First breakable thing, let's see how this goes. I mean, it didn't really feel different than any other vehicles. I don't think the snowballs are... I don't think the snowmen are so formidable, but we'll see what happens with the second cave. So assuming I don't randomly die or flip over, I know I said before that I think I could get to like 5,000, but the first handful of hills, like that's where the hills about start, or I could be wrong, but oh, maybe shovel is helpful there? Yeah, I think that was probably helpful a little bit. But basically, like, the hills aren't so bad until a little after 5,000, so I should be able to even get a bit further than that. I know I haven't been doing too well on these runs, on like first, second try, whatever. But we'll see. I will say, when I'm in an open space and I kind of start to flip over, the shovel is helpful, but I think when the terrain is bumpy and there's a roof, like how I was in Savannah, that's when it's that the shovel is not as nice. But okay, here we are at the second thing. Getting through this shouldn't be too bad. I just have to be careful with like these hanging whatevers. And like fuel shouldn't really be an issue. So I don't know, just weird terrain like the icebergs and all, I'll have to be careful on. Oh, and I guess this is what I was saying with like now that there's a ceiling. But let's see how these snowballs do. Are these not breakable in the way that I thought they were? Yeah, I don't think they are. But I have enough fuel that I can kind of just slowly wait and it's safer than trying to fly over. Wait, I wonder, like, can I pick this up? I think it's gonna break, like, as I do it. Oh, this is not what I wanted. All right, I won't try that again. I'm not sure if it was because the snowballs were big that they weren't really breakable, but there's gonna be some more snowballs literally right here. And I don't wanna miss this fuel. Okay, these really aren't breakable either, I guess. Maybe it's still helpful, it doesn't matter. I got the fuel. I'm out of the second cave. I'm basically at 5,000, 4,500 really. So now is kind of where I gotta move quickly because of some of the hills. Or not yet. I know I keep saying that, but... Oh no, this could be problematic. Oh, I just got so lucky. Wait, I'm gonna hit my head.